Hello, this is a video for our community at Dharma. I'm missing you guys a lot. I hope you're all doing well. And thank you for staying in. Although we miss you a lot, we miss the hot room a lot. So I just thought we would do a little grounding Hatha practice for our community. So we'll start with some breath. Make your way to a comfortable seat. Let's bring Jhana Mudra to our left hand, so index finger and thumb to touch. The jhana of knowledge also helps to align the left and right sides of our brain, find balance in our body. We're going to practice Nadi Shodhana. So right thumb comes to right nostril, middle finger comes to third eye, and ring finger comes to left nostril. So right now we're not plugging any nostrils, just take a few rounds of breath. Take 3 deep rounds of breath. After your third exhale, we'll begin Nadi Shodhana. Plug your right nostril with your right thumb. Inhale through your left. Plug left, exhale through the right. Inhale right. Plug right and exhale left. So that's one round. We'll just keep flowing like this. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Let's take 5 rounds of Nadi Shodhana, so at your own pace. So Nadi is our channel, is the flow in our body. And Shodhana means purification. So we're just finding purification of the breath, balance of both sides of our body. You balance the left and right side, the masculine and the feminine, the sun and the moon energy that we have. And this is a really grounding and calming breath. If you ever need it, you could whip it out and practice it. And once you've completed 5 rounds, find Jhana Mudra of the right hand. Back of the right hand comes to the right knee. And we'll come into our Ujjayi pranayama. So begin to inhale and exhale through the nose. This is an audible breath that we practice to keep the heat that we build in the body. Also to keep our mind focused on our breath. It's also called the victorious breath or the conscious breath. Once you feel connected to your Ujjayi, let's make our way up to stand at the top of our mat. Arriving, standing in Tadasana, energize through your fingertips. Shoulder blades draw together at the back of the heart. Grow taller out through the crown of the head and ground into each of your feet. And we'll begin. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Right foot back, Anjaneyasana. Right knee lowers, arms overhead as you inhale. Retain the breath, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward, Anjaneyasana as you inhale. Hands lower, exhale. Left foot steps up to meet right. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Arms overhead. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep arms overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dive the heart forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, left step. Foot sets back, arms overhead, Anjaneyasana. Retain the breath, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Downward dog, exhale. Left foot steps forward now, right knee lowers, arms overhead. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands plant. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold. Arms overhead. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, draw hands to heart. So that's one round, 24 breaths. We'll go through that a few more times. So as you feel ready, inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dive the heart forward. Inhale, right foot back, arms overhead. Retain the breath, plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, exhale. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Downward dog, exhale. Right foot forward, left knee lowers, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, draw hands to heart. Re-extend, inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, heart dives forward. Left foot back, left knee lowers, inhale. Retain the breath, plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, exhale. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Downward dog, exhale. Left foot forward, right knee lowers, inhale, arms sweep up. Uttanasana, exhale. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Draw hands to heart, exhale. We'll do that again, and I'm not going to cue this time, so just flow through. Don't worry too much about getting it right or wrong. Just working with the breath and the movement, getting into that kind of flow of our surya namaskar. So when you're ready, begin. We'll end in Tadasana. Draw your hands back to your sides. Reconnect to your breath. Just notice prana flowing in your body as we begin to practice the asana practice. On your next inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink the hips low. So we want weight primarily in the heels and the backs of the legs. If you look down, you should be able to see all 10 toes. Maybe lift them off the mat. Sink the hips a little lower and hold. Lower half of the body is grounded, upper half is lifting. Sink a little lower and hold. Hands interlace, palms forward. Come to your tippy toes. Ardha Utkatasana. My toes are popping. So we're squeezing the ankles and knees together. Keep sinking the hips low. And we'll slowly lower all the way through a toe squat to lay on our backs in Shavasana. So we'll revisit Shavasana a few more times throughout practice before our final Shavasana. So just invite you when you're here to witness yourself in stillness and in silence. benefits of the Hatha practice are that slow burn that we get, and also spending extra time in each pose for our alignment, really deeper dive into each shape. We get a nice Shavasana in between for necessary rest. So in a Hatha practice, just finding the balance of the yang and the yin. Okay, draw your hands by your sides, palms to the earth, and extend your legs straight up to the sky. Flexing the toes to the face, straight legs. We're keeping the low back sealed. We're going to just work through some core engagement. So we'll just simply lift and lower the legs, keeping the low back sealed, hovering the heels as they lower on the inhale, and exhaling our legs back up to the sky. So keep moving like this. We'll be here for about 15 rounds of breath. Ten more. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees to your chest. Begin to rock and roll forward and back, the length of your spine. Eventually crossing your shins and finding a child's pose. So we'll rock over the shins, find hands and knees, and move into child's pose. Big toes touch, knees go wide. Or for low back release, knees can come closer together underneath the body. So just whatever your body's asking for. Hip opening, you can bring the knees out wider. Just settling into this space, into a restful disposition. Now we're going to move into the Sivananda sequence, which is just a Hatha practice. That's a classical sequence of postures that are meant for grounding and alignment. So you can hang there in child's pose for a moment. And as we move into this shape, we're just going to bring energy down. So from our crown down into our root. So in each posture, I'll cue you into where we should bring awareness. Hopefully you'll bring a nice shift into your energy. And yeah, we'll get started with the sequence. So the first posture is headstand. Obviously, you do not have to do headstand. I know a lot of people are hesitant, especially at home without a teacher, to invert. So the purpose is to bring the crown of the head to the mat. So a few options. From child's pose, you can find rabbit by just bringing the crown of the head to the mat like you're going to do a somersault, lifting your hips, reaching for your heels. You'll get all the benefits if you stay right here. Or next layer, you can find a dolphin pose. So a down dog on the forearms with the crown of the head on the mat like so. Or for a full headstand, hands will interlace to cradle the crown of the head as it rests on the mat. We want elbows to be right under the shoulder, so reaching opposite hand to opposite elbow will help you find that distance. Then we just float into headstand. So instead of kicking up, we're using the core, using that engagement that we just did there. Whichever shape you're in now, just settle in, grounding the crown of the head to the earth. We'll take 3 deep rounds of breath. And with the awareness in the crown of the head, our place of infinite connection, our crown chakra, just notice energy pooling at the very crown of your head. Slowly, with control, make your way out of headstand if you're in it, or any inversion that you are in. Make your way to Shavasana. So flip the legs in front of you and lay to your back. Receiving the benefits of that inversion. So many benefits to going upside down, like our circulation and digestion. Just a literal shift of the perspective. The next posture we'll move into in the sequence is shoulder stand. So again, another one that you do not have to do. You'll get all the benefits if you just bring your legs up the wall like so. Or maybe you inch your feet up the wall like so, so you kind of get the sensation of being on your shoulders. Or kick into a shoulder stand with control. So again, the most important thing in shoulder stand now is that the weight's in the shoulder blades, not in the neck. So just like in headstand, we want the weight primarily on our arms or our hands, not our head or neck. In shoulder stand, we're supporting the weight of the body with the shoulders and the arms. So as you arrive in this shape now, awareness shifts to the third eye, so moving down. Third eye, the area between the eyebrows. Just visualize energy pooling there between your eyebrows. We'll take 3 rounds of breath. Oh, most important thing too, that we do not look left or right in this shape. So I should have said that right away. Hopefully you haven't yet done that. Just keeping the chin tucked to the chest to protect our vertebrae, all of those precious arteries and veins in the neck. So noticing as energy pools at the third eye center, our space of intuition. The next posture is plow pose. So you can lightly bring the feet behind you. Make any adjustments as you need. We're still not looking left or right. So chin remains tucked to the chest. And now awareness shifts to the throat chakra. So we notice energy pooling here in the throat. 3 rounds of breath. Good, and maybe you speak some sort of affirmation to your throat chakra here, like that you speak your truth, something about just your throat and your expression, that you're speaking your truth with confidence, that you trust your throat chakra. As you exhale, slowly come out of this shape, lowering all the way back into Shavasana. Settling into stillness, witnessing yourself here. And then maybe you notice a shift of the energy kind of buzzing around your crown, third eye, and throat. So the upper chakras got a little more going on up there. So just take a moment to receive the benefits and to notice. Our next posture is fish pose. So we'll slide the hands underneath your butt. Shimmy your elbows also underneath your back. And take fish pose. Take a nice bend in the elbows. Crown of the head. Come to the Matsyasana. So now we're in a heart opener. So awareness shifts to the heart. Take our 3 rounds of breath. So you notice the collarbones fall open, the heart opening. Just notice where else you can soften into. So trying not to hold any tension in your face, for example. We'll practice 3 lion's breath here in fish pose. When you're ready, inhale. Stick out your tongue, exhale. 2 more, inhale. Stick out your tongue, let it go. And 1 more, nice deep inhale. And lion's breath, exhale. Good, make your way out of fish pose and back into Shavasana. Awareness remains in the heart as you've drawn it open. Inhale your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Our next pose is Paschimottanasana. So on our next inhale, we'll sit up. And our next exhale will hinge at the hips. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. So tucking the chin to the chest or the throat. Hinging primarily in the hips, and then once you find your place of resistance, you can round the spine. So awareness now shifts to our solar plexus, area right above your belly button. Maybe while you're here with awareness there, you can connect to Uddiyana Bandha, knitting the ribs together, lifting the belly button up. So our solar plexus is our place of identity. So just think some positive affirmations to yourself, to your identity, as you take your 3 rounds of breath. Inhale your arms overhead. Our next shape is Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. So we'll shift onto our bellies, mindful in the transition. Super important in the Hatha practice that we stay mindful as we move throughout our transitions. So we'll bring toes, ankles, and knees together. You've been here before in this practice already. Hands under shoulders as you inhale. Bhujangasana, lift your heart. Exhale to lower. So awareness now shifts to the sacrum, our pelvic area, the hip bones. Inhale, lift up. Drawing the shoulders back, squeezing the elbows back. Exhale to lower. And again, inhale, Cobra Pose, awareness in the sacral chakra. Hips as they connect to the earth. Exhale, lower. Shalabhasana's next, locust pose. So your choice for any variation of locust pose. You can bring your hands to your sides like so, or out in front of you, or maybe you interlace them at your low back. On your next inhale, lift up, peeling the head, neck, and heart off the mat. Optionally, you can hover your feet as well. So awareness still remains in our sacral chakra. The hips as they ground into the earth. So we're still drawing that energy down. Now we've moved into the hips as we ground them down. Our sacrum, sacral chakras are where we store our emotions and our creativity. So maybe take a few thoughts or moments to appreciate your creativity and all of your emotions with our 3 rounds of breath here. Exhale to lower. And one more engagement for grounding our sacral chakra will be floor bow pose. Totally optional. You can find any other back bend that works for you as well. Or you can bend the knees, reach for your feet or ankles. And on your next inhale, peel the body off the mat by pressing into the hands with the feet. So inhales will naturally lift your heart up. Try to use the exhales to hold you where the inhale has brought you. Three rounds of breath. Exhale to lower and rest here in reverse Shavasana. Receive the benefits of our practice so far. Next in the sequence, as we move to our root chakra, we'll make our way back up to a seat, mindful in the transition. And we're going to take a seated twist. So both legs will start with extended out in front of you. Right foot comes to the outside of the left leg. You can stay right here. This is a great place to be. Or you can bend that left leg and the left heel will reach for the right glute. So inhale your left leg, hand overhead. And exhale, take your twist. So inhales, lengthen the spine. Exhales bring us to twist. So we're twisting first into our belly, then kind of our mid-spine, our heart, chest area, neck, then head last. And awareness shifts into the roots of the spine. So the places that were connected to the earth. 3 rounds of breath. And on your third exhale, mindful in the transition, we'll switch sides. So right leg will extend, left leg comes over. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you bend that right leg, right heel comes to left glute, right arm lifts overhead, inhale. And exhale, take your twist. So same thing, inhales lengthen, exhales twist. In the area between the sits bones, mula bandha, engaging our pelvic floor as we lift up. Just imagining you can lift energy from the root of the spine out through the crown of the head. So grounding is super important practice, especially for right now. Anytime you need to ground, you can sit your butt right on the earth, or you can take off your shoes and bring your bare feet to the earth. 3 rounds of breath, thinking with gratitude about your home, about where you exist in your body, allowing yourself to feel safe and grounded. Good, exhale back through center. Our next posture is Bakasana, crow pose. So optional, obviously, as we begin to integrate what we've put the work in from our crown to our roots. So as we integrate into crow pose to start, you can always take any variation of malasana. So maybe you start with flat feet, spine long, heart open. This is a really great and aligning shape for the spine, for the chakra system. So you'll get all the benefits of the integration if you stay here. Or maybe you want to take a toe squat, still receive all the benefits of the integration here. Or Bakasana, crow pose. Hands will plant in front of you. Knees come to the backs of the arms, or to squeeze your triceps. If you have blocks, you can bring one either under your head, if you're scared of falling, which is a very valid fear, or underneath your feet. So you're already getting that sensation of floating. And then you float 1 foot at a time, maybe you get some float time. So lift the gaze, whichever shape you're in, lifting the gaze. So where we focus on, that's where we go in yoga and in life, right? So we lift the gaze. Here in crow pose, for example, our temptation is to look back at our feet, but then that will throw off our balance. Good, if you're floating, try to bring your big toes to touch. Our next shape is Uttanasana, forward fold. Ground into your feet. Hinge into the hips, crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Nice integration, just noticing the energy in the body, noticing any shifts that may have taken place already. Awareness still on the sensations of the breath and the body. Inhale your arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale your hands to your heart. Let's take a quarter step open with the left foot, or whichever foot works for you, to star pose. So feet are parallel, arms are wide. Wow, I have so much dog hair on me. That's quarantine will do that to you, I guess. And we'll start with Trikonasana to the right. So just pivot your right foot open so we're facing the front of the mat. Then we'll hinge the hips back and the fingers forward and find our triangle pose shape. So you can reach for anywhere on your right leg or the floor on either side of your foot. We're visualizing alignment from our toes, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and head, all in line with each other. So as you hinge here, we're not sacrificing the shape for depth. So I'm happy right here. Some people can hinge a lot deeper. That's just totally up to your own personal preference and your own body. So there's no right or wrong in yoga. One of my teachers says the most advanced yogi is the one that's just listening to their own body and the one that has the most beautiful thoughts. So with that, we'll spend 3 breaths here in Trikonasana. On your next inhale, come back through center, star pose, arms go wide, feet come parallel. And we'll pivot to the back of the mat, Trikonasana, triangle pose to our left. So we'll hinge the right hip back, left fingertips forward as we fold into triangle pose for our last little bit of integration of the sequence. I hope you guys like Sivananda sequence. I love it. So take a moment here, hinging at the hips, sending that left hip forward, right hip back. Maybe lift your gaze. Three rounds of breath, integrating, focusing on the sensation of the breath in the body. And on your next inhale, come back to star for a moment. And exhale, right foot steps up to meet left. So now you're facing the back of the mat. It's okay if you can't see me. You can just hear me. We're almost done. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So sink into your chair shape. So your mind may be wondering now that I told you we're almost done. And now that you may not be facing the camera. But you know chair pose. We've been here before. Sink into the shape. Reconnect to the sensations of the breath in the body. Find Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. 3 rounds of breath. Sink a little lower. Then we'll come back to Ardha Utkatasana. Hands interlace, come to your tippy toes, palms forward, sink hips lower. And use resistance to lower all the way back to your back into Shavasana. So laying here on your back, just take a moment to settle into stillness. Yoga is the calming of the fluctuations of the mind. Just notice any shifts that may have taken place in your body, your breath, or your mind. Noticing your places of contact to the earth. Hopefully you're feeling a little more grounded and aligned. So you've put in the work, the pranayama and the asana, your breath and your postures, all in preparation for stillness and silence here in your Shavasana. So I just urge you to commit to stillness and to silence here. Resisting the urge to fidget Just witnessing yourself in stillness. So this is where I'm going to end my video. But I do urge you to just stay in Shavasana as long as you can. Thank you all so much for practicing with us. Again, we miss all our friends at Dharma so much. And stay grounded and keep practicing with us on our live classes on Zoom. And we hope to see you at this video again super soon. Namaste.